Hey, yo, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm gonna talk about EBT, aka food stamps. So, those of you who are overseas that are watching, if you don't know what EBT or food stamps are, it's when they give you money. In America, they give you money on a card. It's tax free, and you have to qualify if you make a certain amount of income. So, not everyone can get EBT if they wanted to, like me. And believe me, I want to, because EBT is the shit. But apparently, I make too much, and which is bullshit. Because if I made too much, then why the fuck ain't I pimping? Well, back in the day, in like the early 90s, my mom used to give us the food stamps back when they were still bills. She'll say, go to the store, get yourself something to eat. So I followed my brother and my sisters, and I'll get an ice cream, a soda, and back then those were good times for me. And if I remember right, in the mid 90s, that's when they started putting it on cards. Back then, I was unaware of what Food Stamp Day was or when it was, but my uncle would always get hyped up. He'd say, Food Stamp Day is coming up. All right, next day is Food Stamp Day. So next day, I would walk downtown and I would see people shopping. And a lot of parents are getting their kids junk food and soda. And one time, my grandma noticed that this kid was wasting soda. He'll drink it, spit it up like a fountain. She'll say, oh, that kid's just wasting that pop. Then my uncle would say, well, he must knew it was Food Stamp Day. And my uncle's retarded. He would say off the wall shit like, you know how when you're gonna get paid or when you know, money's coming to you, they say your palm's itching, that means you're gonna get money. Well, one time he was scratching his feet, he goes, oh, my feet are itching. That means I'm gonna get EBT. And yeah, that's how my uncle was. I mean, he would always sing, Food Stamp Day, Food Stamp Day, only month away, only day away. You know, it changed as it got closer. He sang it so much that my cousin Terrence started to pick up on it. And Terrence started singing it on a school bus once. And the bus driver said, Terrence, how come you keep singing about Food Stamp Day? Did your grandma go out and shop? Did she buy groceries? Is that why you're so happy? And he was like, no. And he started singing that song for every day for like a week because he just got a kick out of it. And pretty soon he had the white kids singing along with him, and they're all sitting together clapping, singing, Food Stamp Day, Food Stamp Day. Now, it wasn't a problem until the white kids started singing along with them, and the bus driver was fed up. The bus driver started saying, Terrence, stop singing that stupid song. So it went from Food Stamp Day, and since he got yelled at, he was like, Food Stamp Day? And those white kids, they grew up on a ranch, so they didn't know what food stamps were. In fact, I remember a math teacher of mine overheard us talking about EBT, and he goes, what's EBT, guys? So my friend at the time named Charles, he goes, EBT is basically an Indian credit card. And in some weird messed up way, Charles is kind of right, but I like to think of it as a ghetto credit card. Because you have to pretty much live ghetto to qualify for it. I mean, Charles is a class clown, and sometimes he plays too much. One time he's like, Sam, you want a soda? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And he'll point to someone else, you want one? You want one? All right, you guys come with me. So we go with him because we're like, oh, he's feeling generous. We go to the vending machine, and he pulls out a fucking EBT card and sticks it in that slot where you insert the bills. A lot of people get a kick out of it except me, because I was like, motherfucker, you made me think you was really gonna get me something to drink, because Charles always play like that. When we go at other schools and play basketball, he would always go up to the concession stands and say, you take EBT? Some of them would get a kick out of it, and some of them were like, are you serious? Now, EBT is always on the 10th of the month. And it's like an inside joke around here. Some people will say, oh, tomorrow's your birthday. Others will laugh like, ha ha, fuck you, bitch. Now, if your birthday really was on the 10th, yeah, it's not so funny. I remember one time sitting in class with my friend Rich, and one boy made a comment because they found out he was born on the 10th of a month. I think it was July or June. But he made a comment and said, EBT, baby. And the girls in the classroom started chuckling. Rich fires back and goes, well, somebody keeps track of EBT. And then the girls chuckle again. And I go, yeah, you starving little bitch. And then they started laughing at that guy. But yeah, EBT is so much of an inside joke. As a kid, we used to say it stands for Eat Better Today. For us as a kid, it made sense because we always got what we wanted to eat. But when I became a teenager, I had a friend named Eric who made a comment and goes, no, it stands for every bitch's ticket. I'm like, what? Eric, man, that's kind of fucked up. He goes, yeah, but think about it. All these girls that have kids, that's the only way they get by. Especially if they have like 6, 7 kids and they get like nearly $1,000 dollars in EBT. And as I got older, I started to see, and I'm like, it's kind of fucked up, but it's starting to make sense. And some people are so cheap with their EBT. Like my uncle, he got like 200 on his card, and we bought 4 12-packs of Surefine soda, and he was all disappointed because of the price. It's like $14. He's like, $14? I'm like, yeah. I said, but you still got like 100 something on your card. He goes, yeah, but $14. I go, well, you did buy 4 12-packs. He's like, yeah, but $14. I'm like, come on, man, how cheap can you get? And I said, you have Foodstamps and you're buying generic soda with it and you're complaining about $14. I go, you can't get any cheaper than that. What do you want it for free? He's like, yeah, if I could get it for free. I'm like, man, fucking retarded. And other people are cheap with their EBT in a different type of way. One time I was talking to my friend Bill and he was pissed off. He's like, you remember how yesterday was EBT? I go, yeah. He goes, my cousin Dave came over, that fucking bitch. He wouldn't leave for the longest time. He knew we had EBT and we went shopping. So he was going to plan to eat up all our food, go back to his house and eat up his. I was like, man, I wanted to laugh, but I had to be serious for Bill's sake. The struggle is real, man. These are the days of our lives. And some people like to sell their EBT. And this is how it works. If you say you got like $20 in cash and you buy EBT for someone and you get to spend $40 at that EBT, so it doubles. So that's why people like to sell it. It's also why people like to buy it. But you got to be careful because people will rip you off. Like, for instance, my brother ripped off one of my other uncles. So he's calling, trying to get a hold of my brother. He goes, where's your brother? I was like, I don't know why. He ripped me off. I go, how? He goes, I bought some food stamps from him. He called, reported the car stolen, so the car got canceled. I was like, well, how much did you buy it for it? He's like, 100, and I'm laughing like, ha ha ha, fuck, stupid motherfucker. I go, I don't trust him. That's why I don't trust that motherfucker. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. He's like, well, I try to help him out. So I'm like, man, it sucks to be you, but that's on you. And you got to be careful sometimes because people are scandalous. So if you don't trust them, you'll say, well, you're going to come in the store with me and you're going to buy all that shit I want. And then I'm going to give you the money afterwards. So some people don't like the idea of that. But they want that beer money because that's what they're going to do anyways, is drink and do whatever with it. So they have no choice but to comply. And then you have some people who think they're too good to use the EBT card. One time I was with this guy named Pat. He had his own card. He had his own account to get EBT. So we're buying up groceries. We're loading that card up with ice cream, pizza, bologna, hot dogs, soda, you name it, chips. And as soon as we get closer to the cashier, he starts to get paranoid because all these fine girls are walking around and the cashier looks pretty hot, but he just doesn't want to use his own card. So he says, here, you got this? I'm like, what? I have to pay for this? He's like, yeah, here's my card. Here's the code. Yeah, just punch this in. And he goes, I have to go to the lotion aisle. He starts rubbing his skin like this because my skin's really dry and chapped. So I'm going to go to the lotion, put some on. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. So I go buy it. And today, I don't give a fuck who sees me. I'll use a fucking card because I don't give a shit. But he was acting like he was too good. And my auntie was like that too. She taught my little cousins how to use the EBT card. not because she wanted to teach them anything, but because she felt like she was too good to use the card, even though it was her card. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Some people act like it's gonna ruin their reputation. It reminds me of this show I saw on TV once called Downsizing. This white girl's all acting over dramatic and crying. We have to downsize, and I have to use a food stamp card to buy groceries. And she's crying. So I have to hurry up and, buy groceries before anyone can see me, and I have to get out of the store right away. She starts crying like this. Oh, it's terrible. No. I'm laughing my ass off. So I'm like, hell yeah, this shit's fucking hilarious. Fucking white people, man. Always gotta get so dramatic. And I'm like, white people, you seriously need to calm down, man, because it ain't that fucking bad. You call it downsizing. Most of us, we call that shit upgrading. And why is she so worried about being seen shopping with the food stamp card? Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, meanwhile, you got natives that are going shopping, and they see each other, that they, see someone they know, they're screaming, ah, hugging each other. Oh my God, girl, where have you been? How you been? What are you doing? Oh, did you buy breakfast, huh? Did you get cereal? Meanwhile, the kids are beside their mom going, Mommy, can you get me this? And they're throwing junk food in their cart, and the mom's like, sure, get whatever, splurge. And they're blocking the aisle from the other shoppers going by just to bullshit. And that's how it is sometimes. So EBT is on the 10th of the month. So you would go shopping the night before on the night, probably around 11. And they do that to avoid it being crowded during the daytime. So the store started doing that, and I was unaware of that. Because I come back from California, and my sister says, hey, you want to come with me for what? EBT shopping? I go, this late at night? She goes, yeah, they do this. I was like, nah, fuck that, I don't want to go. She goes, you might meet someone. I'm like, what? Seriously? Yeah. So I'm like, get in the car. And yeah, it's like that sometimes. You see girls getting all dolled up and trying to look their best, trying to get a new man while they're shopping. So when I'm walking too, some girls are whistling at me. I'm like, what? And that's when you might see that food stamp card come out of that Gucci purse. Some guy out there might be rocking some fresh Jordans, but got a food stamp card. He might have his baby mama shopping over here, and meanwhile he's with his current girlfriend over here, and they're trying to avoid each other. But the kids are saying, Daddy, Daddy, and the mom would be like, leave him alone. He don't want to be with you. He don't want to see you. He's with this other girlfriend now. And then you might see fights break out, And we don't know what the beef could be over. It could be for something that's outside the store that has nothing to do with the store. But since it's EBT night and people are fighting, you assume maybe they're fighting over the last pizza rolls. We don't know. And it gets to the point where man, it gets crazy when people are shopping. These natives fight for their food, man. It's like the Hunger Games, literally. Because when they're calling in, okay, about 11, people are starving. And as soon as that money's on their card, all right, we're going shopping, get in the car. So yeah, you get some people that like to bitch about other people getting EBT. They be like, I don't see how some people can go buy steak with their food stamps, and meanwhile I have to, struggle and use cash. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if you gotta use food stamps to get steak, man? Fuck, you ain't eating steak tonight. Fuck, I am. And it's paid for by the government, tax free. Matter of fact, I think I'll get some shrimp. So yeah. How many of you get EBT now? Don't lie now, be honest. So yeah, leave your comments if you got any crazy EBT stories. I sure would like to hear it. So peace out, y'all.